Oh, good morning, coasters. It's Bruce here. I'm out the Kokatahi Valley. Well, actually, I'm at the edge of the Kokatahi Valley, and I've called in to see Ron Monk. Pouring down with rain, and he's just cleaned up the yard. It's good to see you, Ron.
Bruce?
Now, the monks have been out the valley here longer than they've been in Tibet.
That's about right. Yeah, our family have been here on this particular farm about 110 years now, or over 110 years.
Wow.
And we've been dairy farming all that time.
So your dad was quite high up in the dairy factory, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was chairman of the dairy company up until his death in '87.
Yep.
And my grandfather before that was heavily involved in the dairy company. Uncles, cousins.
So were they
everybody.
in the original Kokatahi Dairy
Yes,
company?
yeah, Grandad Monk came out from England to Taranaki and then came down here as the first dairy factory actually manager at Kokatahi. It was a butter factory in those days.
That's amazing.
So yeah,
And-
married a
and-
local girl and stayed.
And how's the season been? I know
A little bit damp. Grass growth is pretty good. Ground conditions are sodden, but yeah, we milk once a day here, so our and have about an average stocking rate of about 2.3, and it's only a grass-fed farm, so we rely on grass growth. Yeah, so production's pretty reasonable, and
So the
cow
Monk
conditions
family,
good.
the Monk family over the years have contributed to. If you look at the number of little monks around, there's been dozens of them over the years. And I remember
they're still coming.
and they're still coming. And I used to fix your mum and dad's washing machine.
Yeah.
And look, the kids boost the Kokatahi school.
Yes.
They
Yeah, I
boost-
think it's a 3-teacher school. When I went there, it was only 2-teacher. It's a 3-teacher.
It's actually
school
growing,
now.
isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, they amalgamated Kokatahi Kudaringi School some years ago. Yeah, it has excellent facilities here. Squash court, local squash court, fire brigade, hall. So it's a very close community, if you like.
Now I read an article. I look at it to be a couple of years ago. It actually might have been 3 years ago, where your farm has been very heavily involved in plantings. How long's that been going on for?
We probably started about 20 years ago. Mainly, I like English trees rather than pines, but so we planted, I guess there's a couple of thousand trees, specimen trees all around the farm. And we've done that because this farm's called Hawthorn Grove, and when my grandfather came out here, he planted a lot of hawthorn trees, hence the name, and a lot of those now have blown over, died and everything else, so we're replanting, or have replanted a lot.
And
And I took a bit of a foray into pine trees too.
How did it go?
So it's a bit of a disaster when you
Oh,
get a
no.
cyclone through. They're about 10 years old and then it flattened a lot of them.
Oh, no.
So
And-
I'll stick to my other trees.
Look, I don't know a great deal about farming budgets, but quite a lot of your budget these days is about environmental protection, isn't it?
Oh yeah, well we, as you say, we've been here a long time. We never want to destroy what we've got. We just don't do that. We won an environmental award just a couple of years ago from the dairy company for protecting our native bush, which if it spin round you can see it there. And all our effluent goes to irrigation, as you can see there now.
Yeah.
And it goes over about 11 hectares of this property.
It's beautiful out the valley here, isn't it?
It's a shame you can't see it on a fine day because the Southern Alps are right there.
I've been waiting for a fine day.
Get one tomorrow. We had one yesterday.
Now, so your good lady obviously helps in the
Jackie, yep.
Jackie helps.
Yeah, it's a family farm, just my wife and I, and Margaret Wilson. She helps us milk 5 days a week.
Right. And I've met your
Apart
son
from-
several times.
Apart from that,
He's a good guy.
And well,
Yeah.
we've got 2 boys. Nick's a plumber in Palmerston North, and William's here with us.
Yeah. And so, what's the future for farming? It feels pretty exciting to me because it just feels like the farming sector is growing our community. That's how it feels.
Well, it
to me.
always has done. There's ups and downs in any economy, and farming has been through a very severe downturn. Things look a little bit better now. I think that what hurts a lot of farmers is the negativity, and especially during this last general election, politicians have seen farmers as political football, and it's really affected farmers' morale and hurt our aspect on what we want to do, attracting young people into farming.
Yeah,
and I think that's a really negative trait.
I strongly believe it's national bullying.
Well, it is,
throughout the country,
yeah.
not the political party. I mean, it's just that the politicians have bullied the farmers, and it's all. When was the last time you heard a positive thing from
Well,
someone?
I don't think it's all politicians. I think it's a section of politicians that want to either gain a following, if you like, from the environmental sector, basically, and they just tell simple lies.
Ron, they live in Auckland.
A lot of them live everywhere, but
no, the ones a
yeah.
lot of them live in Auckland. I hope they stay there.
Yeah, I guess with media the way it is today, everybody has a say, and everybody, unfortunately, believes what they are told.
Well,
and they really need to get out and have a look and see what the community gains from farming in general, not just dairy farming, but all sorts of farming.
yeah, look, I can tell you that on the coast, we're very, very supportive of the farming sector, and we've got to tell our story.
Yep.
Farmers like yourselves. Did you say 110 years on this farm?
Yes.
110 years. Goodness me.
Don't know how much longer, but 110 so far.
Oh, I think that's wonderful. Look, thanks for taking the time to talk to me. I know you're busy, and I really appreciate it.
That's all right, Bruce. Anytime.
Catch you later.
Cheers.